got Tommy here, slope rider. Justin who built the course, and yeah, we're just gonna kind of walk through. If you guys have any questions while we're doing it, feel free to ask. I'm sure they have lots of cool answers for you guys. And yeah.
Wow, look at that. That's so sick. Look at this.
A lot smaller drop than.
Yeah, it is small, but it's kind of cool to have someone small to start off. Just, you know, like to get moving, because you actually like in between the last practice run you did and your runs is quite some time. So it's like it's good to kind of have like a little bit of movement in your body. Not have like the biggest thing ever to start. Because this has been like that in the past, like
Over there.
yeah, there are other courses, but you like stressing so hard about the first hit.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean no one is gonna mess up here, because it's like a tight transition
Between the two.
Yeah. It's like if you like land sketchy, you're not in a good position to. When it's not the biggest feature, you're not gonna get score crazy. Like even if someone is doing a single bar spin compared to like someone doing a half cap, you're gonna lose points. But it's not gonna be like. I think the scariest to me is the border log. So that's the thing like you see like sticking out there, like skinny, because it's hard to adjust your speed. It's just gonna be different every single time you hit it. But no, I think what's core is probably the last flat drop, because it's like the last thing you leave in the head of people, and those two jumps, I guess.
Do you ever get worried about the lift?
Like how,
It looks pretty close.
like how tall are these lifts?
12 feet.
12 feet, right on. Yeah.
Funny, so
That's
like
cool.
we've had this landing literally in the same spot so many years,
I recognize that, yeah.
and we had the 2 years off, and we put this landing back this year, and my phone was ringing off the hook. Like, it's so close to the lift. People are gonna hit the lift. Is that landing gonna move? I'm like, it's in the same spot. Everyone's just forgotten because it's been 2 years that it hasn't happened. No one's gonna hit the lift unless you're gonna jump like into the berms.
Do you guys like go by like measurements though, like from like the landing to like the next slip, and have like certain measurements, or not?
Honestly, I can't remember who I was telling earlier. You. I don't even pull a tape measure out until like the production guys ask me for the measurements of the course.
Oh, okay, wow. Otherwise, it's just by sight and just you just
everything's
know it.
kind of just by like looking at it and like visualizing how you would ride it.
Sick.
And like
That's cool.
where your apex will be, where you'll fall, how much speed you'll carry, that kind of thing,
Cool.
and just like scaling.
That's super
It's
cool.
a lot of just like as you're like building, like getting out of the machine and like walking back 50 feet and like looking at it and like trying to visualize.
Yeah.
Because like you get trapped using tape measures and
I guess
measuring
so.
stuff, you know, like oh, the jump has to be 20 whatever feet and it has to be this angle and that, but then like are you measuring the grade of the hill, or like how much, you know, it's like
That point.
the size of jump doesn't really matter. It's like relative measuring, you know. You have to build something for what the terrain.
Totally. Then like you can probably ride everything you're building then, I assume.
I try to.
Yeah. that makes sense. It fits. That's pretty cool.
Practice, you just can see the size of it. Half cap the satellite dish. Just be so.
I think we're having so much more practice this year. Why we have more practice?
Why is there more practice?
I think because it's a windy place, and they want to make sure we have everything ready by the time the contest starts, you know? Take left or right, and then...
Whichever way you hit that and then you pump out.
Okay, so there's like a few different ways to ride this thing. It's like the classic way is you get in, if you come from the right hip, you get in like this direction, you open, you turn around and you go like you land on the other lip, you know? If you take like the other way, you're gonna come here. But you can also like open, kind of just like air out and come back on the same way, you know? So
And that's why they built this whole thing so that you can turn around.
So whatever you do,
cool,
it's fine. But
yeah,
I have seen a lot of people just like kind of hipping and taking the lip like this, you know? So they can kind of like have a little trick in and a bigger trick out.
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
I think it's a little bit of a pity to use it that way because it's mean to be kind of like ridden like this, you know?
Oh yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
personally I come back on the same way as I took off.
Oh yeah.
So I like jump in, go up, and plant, and I come back here.
Right. Yeah. Oh,
And you
cool.
take it from left side or right side?
Right. Like I come here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you try to like hand plant to the top of the head?
Yeah, my hand is over the metal bar.
Okay.
On the
Oh, yeah.
It's totally completely different than anything that I'm not a very good technical rider.
Yeah.
I'm actually really bad. I'm good at big jumps, and that's about it. So the fact that that's actually how I was like, okay, it's gonna work, because if I can ride it, any of like these really talented riders should be able to get through it. So there's like, that's kind of the good thing about this, is at least in my opinion, there's so many different ways to approach it. So like my thoughts are like, it just gives the riders so many different options to kind of figure something out and be different from each other, instead of like everybody has trick jump, where it's like everyone's doing kind of the same variation of tricks. This is somewhere that they could really stand out and set themselves apart if they can ride it uniquely, you know? It's like you can't really operate just under the chair, and then there's surfaces in the ground.
I do have a tendency to break shit.
Oh, this is sick.
The final features down there, the dish is there, and then you can connect it off. This is a new feature. Otherwise, we're just so easy.
It's not that you get physically tired, but you get mentally tired in slopestyle.
Yeah. So you
Because
just
you
like
have like
take a breather.
back-to-back things that you need to be very calm, even though you're super stressed. You know what I mean? Like, I was racing before I did slopestyle, and the good thing is like, just like snap the gate and do it like as hard as you can.
Yeah.
But here you need to be like, okay, I want to do good, but you need to be like calm, you know?
That's your bike, a Canyon. What's it called?
Stitch.
Stitch.
Yeah.
Sweet. Nice. And then you got the whole gyro system.
Yeah, that's
Pretty sick.
BMX style,
Yeah.
gyro. Not having as good as of a brake, you know? It's not as
Yeah,
good as, like what you use on your VH bike.
Yeah.
One
Oh, but you only have the rear brake anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Like as a builder point of view, like
yeah.
what you're trying to do is, of course, that people don't have to use too
Yeah.
much brake.
Yeah. Exactly.
But
Totally.
here, because it's so much of a slope and this is what's given to them,
Yeah.
you go too fast.
Right.
Some tricks require no practice and some features require a lot of practice. This one requires a lot of practice because it's much shorter than what we ride usually. So it's like to find the trick that works and you keep your speed, and you, like if you spin right, your like body position is gonna be a bit like this, so you need to really adapt yourself to that. But
And
like
you're expected to do a trick like when you first come up and then off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's complicated to be really good at this one because you need speed to go out, but you don't have a lot of speed if you like front flip up, land hard.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you just land flat. Like a lot of times you land with like a more down slope and then you
Yeah.
go off.
Yeah.
This one just flat the whole way. It's a little bit more tricky, difficult.
Yeah, try my best. Okay.
I'm gonna walk up the hill.
Oh.
See you in the manana.
Yeah.
See you guys. Nice to meet all you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming out.
Dude,
Glad
right
you guys
on.
are good.
Right on. Good luck.
Yeah.
Right
See
on,
you
man.
next time.
Yeah.